What if one simple little tweak could unlock the soulful and expressive sounds of your favorite blues and rock guitarists? That, how do they make it sound so good quality, often comes down to this: mixing major and minor pentatonic scales. It's the secret sauce behind countless legendary solos from B.B. King to John Mayer. This technique doesn't follow traditional music theory rules. In fact, it breaks them in the best way possible by combining two different scales that share the same tonic, like A major pentatonic and A minor pentatonic. The result? A sound that's gritty yet sweet, familiar yet surprising, pure bluesy magic. If you want your solos to start oozing with soul and swagger, this video is where it starts. And it's based on Chapter 9 of my book, Lead Guitar Unlocked. Let's dive in. All right, so first, where does this bluesy blend of major and minor sound best? The most natural place is over a dominant 7th chord, which creates a perfect playground for mixing flavors. I'm going to play over a backing track with an A7 groove to show you how it's done. And I'll play licks using both the A major pentatonic and the A minor pentatonic scales. I'll move back and forth to demonstrate how both scales fit, even though they're conflicting tonalities. This tension is what gives the blues its expressive and soulful edge. In this example, I moved through the pentatonic patterns like this. I started with A major pentatonic pattern 1, then I moved to A minor pentatonic pattern 1, then I shift to A major pentatonic pattern 2, and I repeat the first licks an octave higher. And then finally I finish with A minor pentatonic pattern 2, and I transpose up the minor licks. All right, now let me explain why you can play the two different tonalities over this track. It's because of the A7 chord. First off, the A7 chord is technically a type of major chord because it contains a major third. So naturally, it fits with the A major pentatonic. But why does the A minor pentatonic also work? The answer lies in the fact that a dominant 7th chord blends both major and minor qualities. It's built from the intervals 1, 3, 5, flat 7. That's a major triad with a minor 7th. In the case of A7, here's how it connects to both scales. The major 3rd C sharp belongs to the A major pentatonic. And then that G natural belongs to the A minor pentatonic. And the remaining scale tones work surprisingly well in either context. The most notable tension comes from the minor 3rd C in the A minor pentatonic, clashing with the C sharp that's in the A7 chord. In blues-based music, though, this clash isn't a mistake, it's a feature, and guitarists make use of both major and minor thirds. And you can bend that minor third slightly to create a bluesy push-pull tension that adds emotion and grit to your playing. And you heard this in my tabbed example, where the C note was given a subtle microbend, about a quarter step, pushing towards that major third without fully reaching it. And if you make a face while playing that bend, you'll fit right in at the blues club or on a rock stage. All right, moving on. This major-minor pentatonic blend isn't just for dominant seventh chords. In this next example, I play the same phrases as my previous figure over the chord changes G, D, A. All right, so here the tonic is A major, so the A major pentatonic is the natural choice. But since the progression starts on G, the flat 7 of A, you can also lean into the A minor pentatonic for a bluesy flavor. This type of chord progression shows up in songs like All Right Now by Free, where guitarist Paul Kossoff shifts between the A major and the A minor pentatonic during his solo. And by the way, if you want to play along with the backing tracks I use in this lesson, see the link in the video description. Moving on. So far, you have gone back and forth between major and minor pentatonic scales, switching patterns to change the flavor. Now, let's take it further by mixing the two together into a single scale shape. In this figure, interval numbers show how the tones relate to the A tonic. And you see A minor pentatonic pattern 1 in the 5th position, A major pentatonic pattern 2 in the same position, and finally, a combined diagram with notes from both scales. This combination creates a hybrid scale with major and minor intervals, plus half-step intervals that aren't found in either pentatonic scale alone. These added notes give you more melodic movement and phrasing possibilities. And here's an example. This blended approach was popularized by early blues and rock and roll tunes, such as I'm Tore Down by Freddie King and Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. Today, you hear it across all kinds of music: blues, rock, country, jazz, and funk. Another way to understand the blend of the major and the minor pentatonic scale is to think of it as a mixolydian scale with a minor third added. The mixolydian mode, often called the dominant scale, has the following formula: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. It's like a major scale with a flattened 7th, and it's the 5th mode of the major scale. In this case, A mixolydian mode is the 5th mode of the D major scale, and it's where the A dominant chord is built. Now, if you take the dominant scale and you throw in the minor third alongside the major third, you get that classic bluesy sound. This is not a traditional scale in the theory books, but it's the heart of many expressive guitar lines, and it's unmistakably bluesy. All right, now let's talk about something really important, and that is when and where to use this major-minor mixture. Many guitarists learn how to solo by copying rock songs, and often these songs include a mixture of major and minor. As a result, some guitarists start using this blend as a catch-all scale that they can use over everything. But played in the wrong context, it doesn't sound bluesy or cool, it just sounds like you don't know what you're doing. So the best indicator that the mix will work is the presence of a major third and a minor seventh, either in the main chord or the chord progression or somewhere in the surrounding harmony. Sometimes the rhythm guitar is playing only power chords, but there's a major third and minor seventh present elsewhere in the music, implying a dominant seventh sound, so the scale mixture fits. But remember, this sound only works if it fits. If a song has a pure major feel to it, like Let It Be by the Beatles, My Girl by the Temptations, or the guitar solo to Jessica by Allman Brothers Band, stick with the major pentatonic. On the other hand, songs like All Right Now by Free, Keep Your Hands to Yourself by Georgia Satellites, Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman, and Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan are perfect places to use the mixture. So learn to recognize when this sound fits and avoid using it in songs where it doesn't belong. Bottom line, don't treat everything like it's a blues. Know your options, listen carefully, and play what's appropriate. And here's one final important note. While minor over major works in the right context, major over minor does not. Don't play the A major pentatonic over an A minor chord. All right, if you would like to practice mixing your scales by playing along with the backing tracks I used in this lesson, see the link in the video description. And in this next video, you take your phrasing to the next level by learning how to target chord tones. This is how professionals make their solos sound locked in with the music, intentional, melodic, and harmonically rich. Get ready to connect your licks to the chords underneath and sound like a pro. Click the video on your screen now or go to the link in the description and I'll see you there.